But when you come at a person with this jealous curiosity, when you try to compare yourself like, oh, how is she able to do this? How is she able to do that? What I always say is you don't have the data and you don't have the backstory. And I don't have to prove to you that I'm working in detail. And maybe, just maybe, I am more productive at managing my time than you are. Hey babes, so today I'm going to be discussing a topic that is very relevant to me because I experience it often, and that is the concept that a lot of women, people in general, but women specifically, are so triggered by seeing another woman out dilly-dallying, and I find that to be completely asinine that other women are perpetuating the idea that a woman needs to be supervised or needs to be under somebody's thumb or at somebody's desk, and we all supposed to be girls and feminists and moving forward in the year 2026 AD. So if you're interested in hearing my take on this topic, definitely stay tuned because you are in the right place. To all of my subbies, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kiya. And over here, we smell good and elevate. We talk about fragrance, fashion, lifestyle, and all things involving stepping into womanhood and being the woman that you're supposed to be. In addition to our fragrance videos, we have a signature woman series running on this channel. And what a signature woman is a woman that shows up polished, put together, and she is embodied in her style, her wardrobe, her look, her aesthetic, but most of all is her energy that is aligned with her values, therefore making her presence felt. So if you are interested in empowering womanhood conversations like this, definitely go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss another video. Because we are a channel full of fragrance lovers over here, I always give my fragrance combination of the day. So from Brown Sugar Babe, I started off going in with Must Be Nice. If y'all know, I posted a video recently about my top summer oils for Brown Sugar Babe, and this was one of them. It holds up very well in the heat. It's musk, it's bergamot, mandarin, rose, very beautiful, ultra feminine, and just fitting for the heat. And then I went ahead and went in with L'Interdit Rouge from the house of Givenchy. Again, this has like that bergamot note, some woods that are in here. It has this almost like smoky quality that is very lovely and luscious, but it has a smooth freshness to it as well. I think this is a great transitional fragrance for like September, October, getting out of that summer into the fall season. So fragrance combination of the day, always get compliments on it and I absolutely love it. So for me, okay, so I'm a professional. I went to school for business, okay? I have a business degree. I have a professional career in project management, okay? And I've been working since I was like 20 years old. I'm about to be 30 years old in October. So I got about a month and some change left in my 20s. I love it here. I mean, on this transitional phase from my 20s to my 30s, I'm doing good. I'm doing great. I'm doing well. Wouldn't have it any other way. Cool. So I don't know if it's because of the way that I carry myself that is intriguing to people or because I look so young or both, but I always feel like a lot of people, when I go out, if I go out in the middle of the day or something like that, and I'm having lunch or I'm getting a service done, like a nail appointment, or if I'm even just, picking up something at the store, I feel like a lot of times people are compelled to understand what it is that I've done with my day or what I'm about to go do with my day. They want to know what it is that I do. They will blatantly ask me like, oh, how are you able to be out right now in the middle of the day? And if you're that type of person, I just want to let you know, like, don't ask people questions like that, because number one, it's none of your business. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's cute, because if people are genuinely asking you in the appropriate setting, you know who you are. But a lot of y'all are sizing people up, and I find that to be crazy. I've literally had to switch nail techs 2 times because my nail techs got too obsessed with trying to figure out my day and what I'm doing. I remember I was heading to a client, and so I stopped at the restaurant to get some lunch, and then my nail salon was in the same plaza. So I was like, oh, let me go ahead and make an appointment so I can come back later in the week, but I'm gonna just walk over here from the restaurant and set the appointment. So I walk in, I've been going to this nail salon for over a year at this point, and the people are like, oh, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. It was maybe like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and they were like, oh, like what are you doing here right now? And I'm like, oh, I was just having lunch over there, so I just came over to make an appointment. Like, one of the owners, who was a lady, she's like, oh, okay, so you're just having lunch in the middle of the day? And I was just like, yeah. And then the other owner, he goes like, oh, it must be nice. Telling me it must be nice and you don't know me is crazy. Just because I come in here cute, put together, and I say hey to everybody and I tip y'all and stuff like that, y'all don't know me. And I don't know if it's because I look young or something for my age. And not even to say that, I don't even think like, oh my God, I look so young for my age. But I don't know if it's because, like I said, the intrigue of how I carry myself. I have that exuding of a graceful and pleasant energy, what y'all will call like that soft life. People will be like, oh, you're a soft life girly. I have decided that I more so align with the term graceful life and not soft life, because it was a while to where I feel like soft life is, some people are into it, but some of us who are not like soft, because soft back in the day used to mean like you soft, like you're a punk or whatever like that. And it's not like we trying to be hard or perpetuate hood states of mind, but at the same time, like, soft can have a certain type of connotation that I'm just not for. Like, I'm gracious, I'm grateful, I'm pleasant, I'm living a gracious life. I carry myself with grace, and I'm fine with that. Okay, so I don't know if it's that also, but I had to leave from them because I'm like, it's none of y'all business what I do like in the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? And I remember it was another comment that they made one time when we were having a conversation. They were like, well, some people have to actually work. I've gotten comments like that from certain family members, certain friends and stuff as well. And what people fail to realize is, like, just calm down with that. Like, everybody works, everybody does something to earn money with their time and everything. And I don't have to prove to you that I'm working in detail. For me, the way that I do conduct my life is like, I front load my day, right? The type of job that I have, they're not gonna be on my neck unless something needs to be done. I know how to govern myself within the job to where I'm at the right place at the right time, but I front load my day and I front load my week, and maybe, just maybe, I am more productive at managing my time than you are. So I don't have to be running raggedy. I don't have to be staying up in the middle of the night to do stuff, because that's not my vibe. It's never been my vibe. I've always been like that since a little girl. Y'all know I always talk about how I go to bed early. I don't play about my sleep. Even growing up, as a child, if I had homework and stuff to do, but I was tired, I would just go to bed, get all of my hours of sleep, and then wake up in the morning and finish my homework. I would do the same thing in college. I would have all early morning classes back to back to back from like 7, 8 a.m. until noon. Okay. And I would front load all of my classes. I would have Fridays off so I could finish all of my work for my classes. And then I could have my Fridays off to where I didn't have to go to class. I graduated from college in 2 years and 8 months. Okay. So this is a reoccurring pattern with Kiya. So oftentimes too, when you try to compare yourself, like, oh, how is she able to do this? How is she able to do that? What I always say is, you don't have the data and you don't have the backstory. Even if I told you what it is that I do and how I do it, are you going to do it? A lot of people, the answer is no, because you don't have the mentality and you don't have the fortitude. Oftentimes, y'all literally just torment and torture yourselves by asking questions to people like, oh, what do you do? Or how are you able to do this? Like, comparing yourself to people is not like, oh, how do I stop myself from comparing? You just don't, because you don't compare to the person. It's very remedial and it's very a low level mindset to even compare yourself to people, because you don't have the data, you don't know their life, you don't know where they started from, and you don't know the backstory. You don't know who they are and who they've been and how they've developed themselves to get to the point to where they are. A lot of people have chosen careers to where they are slaves to the careers. Okay. Some people passionately do it, other people want to get out of it. I would invite you explore the avenues to get out of it. That's not being insensitive, but when you come at a person with this jealous curiosity, what it really is, and then like somebody is like you're asking a question like, "Oh, what do you do?" or this or that, and then someone generously shares with you and then you remark crazy, I find that to be wild. We talk a lot about being a signature woman, and I always say a signature woman shows up polished and put together. That means she knows her look, her hair, her nails. She has signature styles, things that she's known for. A signature woman is known for something, and it's by way of priority and practice. I just started working with a new client, and every time she has seen me, she's like, "Wow, you smell so good." Like I always tell y'all, I have my signatures. I tell y'all my fragrance combinations and stuff like that because I prioritize smelling good because it's something that I value. So it was important to me. So I put it at the forefront of my life. I've had multiple people in the past 2 weeks, 3 people, one of my friends and 2 of my clients tell me the way that I look. This is, if y'all can see my outfit, kind of what I'm wearing today. Like I have on a black pleated skirt and this cute little white cream situation. They've told me that you look like your brand. Okay, y'all know I have my candle business, my brand October Song Luxury Candles. This is my me time candle. And yeah, I have other candles, but that just happens to be the one that's black and white. But again, this is me. This is who I am. So it's easy for me to be me because I've decided to be me. Y'all know that trend that's going around right now that says decide, and how people are having it to be so profound. That's great. I love that. But I wrote that 4 or 5 years ago in my Adult Girl Diaries workbook ebook, which is a value-based discovery workbook that helps women define their values and enter their womanhood based off of who they want to be, because the book outlines that we never stepped into womanhood because nobody taught us how. And you probably 30, 40, 50, 60 years old and you're still a girl, acting girlish, emotionally dysregulated, comparing yourself to other people. Kids compare themselves to people. Billy has an orange crayon and I only have a green one. What does that have to do with anything? Grown women who know themselves, who are embodied in who they are, you don't got time to compare yourself to the next person because you're only comparing yourself to the next version of who you want to be. And it's all based off a decision. Once you decide, then you need to define. You define what it is that your values are. Ask yourself the questions. The ebook, it walks through all of this. And if y'all know the backstory of the ebook, I wrote it for my daughter so she would know how to step into her womanhood, unlike the guidance that I did not have, so she won't be going in sloppily and crazy how I was, just grasping and trying to figure out things that somebody could have just told me. I feel like a lot of us have that experience. So when you encounter me and it's like, oh, this person seems like this, or some people will try to act like, oh, she acts like she's perfect, she's this, she's that. No, I'm just aligned with who I am because I decided to be this way, and I've been practicing and prioritizing being this way for a very long time. Okay. So I say that to say, show up as yourself, show up as who you are. If you're a person that struggles with comparisons, stop. You would not be comparing yourself if you knew what you wanted. A lot of women struggle because they don't know what they want, and they don't know what they want because they don't know what they value. Figure out your values, define them, align with them, practice them, prioritize them when it comes to your look, when it comes to how you walk, how you talk, how you conduct yourself, the relationships and the friends that you choose. Some people are being intentional and then it snowballs into a life that just feels and looks on the outside very fanciful and free. And I'm not to say that to be like, oh, some people put in so much work and this, that, and the third, but a lot of times that is the case, y'all. Not everybody is sitting on here raggedy showing y'all the start and the beginning of their transformation just to make y'all feel better about themselves, better about yourselves. Nobody has to do that for y'all. Okay. I remember the other nail tech that I had to leave. I sat down at her table and she was like, oh, you're not working today? I was like, oh, yeah, maybe later, but I just have some time right now. And she kind of made a face. She was like, and I'm like, okay, whatever. When she was doing my nails, when I tell you she was filing my nails so much to the point they were so thin, I'm like, I've never had somebody file my nails this thin before. It's like, these nails are going to break. So I'm just like, okay, like maybe I'm just, not understanding, but it looked like the nails were thin, but she never had a problem with my nails before. She never did them crazy. But the thought came into my head, why did two nails on my hand break like down to the skin, y'all, like I was bleeding? Never in my entire life have I had that happen to me. She did it on purpose, okay? Like she did it on purpose because she's mad that she questioned me about working. How is it your job to make sure that I'm working or what I'm doing with my day? The other day, I went to go pick up something, some stationery for a client, and this was a young man. Young men, they be doing that too sometimes because they be delusional, thinking that they can compare themselves to you, even though you're all the way in this lane. And it's like, sir, you're a store worker, and that's no shade or offense to people who have honest jobs. It's worse enough if I sit down at the bar and the person who's at the bar with me is like, oh, so what do you do? Like, how are you able to be here in the middle of the day? How old are you? Are you a student? This, that, and the third. I don't have to do 21 questions with you. It's none of your business. And a lot of times when somebody asks me, what do you do? I'll be like, oh, I crochet. I like to make tea blends. I'll just start naming off hobbies and stuff. And they'll be like, oh, no, like I meant like, what do you do for work? I'm just like, oh, okay. And I'll just be like, oh, I don't really like to talk about work when I'm not at work. Do you know how frustrating that makes people? Why do you care? It's none of your business. But especially, and some people might not like it when I say this, but if I'm getting a service from you, you do not press me about what I do and why I'm at where I'm at and for what reason. If you're a bartender, if you're a nail tech, if you're a eyelash technician, if you are a waxer, y'all, I went to get a wax one time, never went back there because again, I came in and it was around holiday time. So I was off for like 2 weeks, which is kind of standard for certain levels and positions when you get in corporate. And that's the other thing too. Y'all be so pressed about stuff. You're really just kind of showing that you don't understand different aspects of life, and you're not going about it in a way to where people will want to even share with you. And this is why people say, oh, there's gatekeeping and stuff like that. But really is y'all really don't know how to act or go about getting what you want. And I'm telling y'all because we signature women over here. So don't y'all go out doing that and acting like that. Y'all have it together and have some poise and composure. But I go to get a wax, so I'm in here spreading them, and you questioning me like 21 questions, holding me up like, oh, what do you do for work? Like, oh, are you off today or something like that? And I told the girl, I was like, oh yeah, I'm off. And I told her like, I'm blah blah blah, I do like project management or whatever like that. And she's like, oh, okay, that's cool. And so then when I was leaving, she was like, okay, enjoy your day off. But she said it in a way like you would have to follow the conversation. I'm not recapping the whole conversation. That in her mind, she determined that I was having a day off. So that was okay. Like, oh, she works. She has a day off. That's fine. Everybody gets a day off. But baby, little do you know, I'm going to be off for the next 2 weeks. No phone, no call, no text. I'm not going to look at a single email. I'm going to just be sitting here breathing and floating and doing what it is that I want to do. And it's just like, if you would know that, like I wouldn't even feel comfortable telling her that, like a person like that, because now you sitting here in my coochie wondering what I'm doing, seething and mad because you realize that I have more free time than you. That's the craziest thing. And before anybody say, y'all, I go to the nicest nail salons. The nail salon I'm talking about was a 5-star rated nail salon here in Houston. Top waxing places, top restaurants. I don't be in no crazy places. So that's why I always say too, people say, oh, just go to this side of town or that side of town. Yes, that can help a little bit, but insecure people be everywhere. Okay, like just because you go to a certain different part of town, like that doesn't mean that you specifically won't trigger somebody by carrying yourself a certain way or living the certain life that you live. So Anyways, say that to say, refrain from explaining yourself to people, refrain from feeling like you have to apologize for the life that you live if you're out dilly-dallying, or if you've worked or prioritized yourself in a way to get to a certain point, because I'm not apologizing for it. And I'm really not as nice as I look. I'm a gracious and courteous person, but if you catch me on the wrong day or ask me the wrong thing, I'm really gonna, like I said, I be out here frustrating people, and they be like, oh, and I'll be like, yeah, and then I'll just turn around and then we'll just be silent because I don't know you. So anyways, y'all, that was the video today. Comment down below, do y'all be charging people up like that, or have y'all ever been charged up like that when it comes to just being out minding your business and people want to ask you a million questions like it's World War III for a young woman to be out in the middle of the day getting a nail appointment, having lunch, or having a kale salad? I really would like to know in the comment section down below. But as always, y'all, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please go ahead, give me a like, leave me a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for more womanhood conversations like this, and I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye.